heard on great radio stations all across America. It's the National Defense with Randy Miller and Jerry Newberry.
This is the National Defense. Randy Miller along with Jerry Newberry, Communications Director for the VFW. And Jerry, it just seems like we're always in a different place, but wherever we are, always the same dedication.
This show's for you, the men and women serving on active duty, the Guard and Reserves, shows for the millions of veterans out there, and, of course, for all their families. We're here for you. We love you. God bless you.
Now, last week we were at the Best Warrior competition in Wisconsin, detailing all the action there of the reserves, and today a little bit different kind of action, but same kind of physical situation, right?
Yeah. Last week they weren't wearing pads. This week they are. So, yeah, this is cool. We're at the KC Chiefs training camp up in St. Joseph, Missouri.
Kansas City Chiefs training camp opened, of course, a few weeks ago. And we're going to be on the scene today to talk to Mitch Holt, who's the voice of the Chiefs. And Josh Looney is joining us here, the Chiefs insider. And Josh, you've done just about everything with the Chiefs here in your tenure, haven't you?
Yeah, I do a little, some blogs, some TV, some radio, and a lot of stuff up here at training camp. You guys picked the right day to come because this kind of feels like Wisconsin in Missouri.
It really does, yeah. Well, that's where we were last week. We were at the Best Warrior competition in Wisconsin with the Army Reserve, so we've got some good weather here for the past few weeks. Now, let me ask you this. For the people that, all the folks that are serving in Afghanistan, Iraq, if they want to see your stuff, where's the best website to get to you?
Well, you can go to kcchiefs.com, and we have a lot of different things going on. For instance, here at training camp, we've been live every single night from 5:30 to 6 p.m. Basically, it's a Chiefs recap show. So what you get in 5 minutes, maybe less, on your local news stations, you get for a half hour. We have a live chat room, which I think the fans like the most. Sometimes I don't think they're really listening to what we're recapping, more or less arguing about position battles, who should start here, or what they think of Matt Castle. And it's just all gained towards fan interaction, and that's the way we've kind of taken kcchiefs.com, even with the blogs. So we'll write something, and fans will comment and have their own conversation underneath it. And then we also have radio shows. Sarim Petro from 810 WHB does the Red Zone and has a Chiefs player each week. So we're continuing our programming. A lot of live content is kind of our focus. We'll have Todd Haley's press conferences streamed live online during the season. And then, of course, everything's archived too. So Chiefs fans overseas, if they want to see what's going on with the team, kcchiefs.com is a good one-stop place for a multitude of different things.
For all the geeks out there, all you nerds sitting out there, how's the internet helped the Chiefs connect with the fans? Obviously, it's helped, but any way to gauge that?
It's grown immensely. Just since we revamped the website about a year and a half ago, traffic's been up 200%, and that's saying a lot with the team that has struggled on the field over the last 3 seasons. And with the way Twitter's kind of evolved and getting out quick messages, it's a whole new realm. The technology's changing, and it's a sprint to try and catch up and keep up because there's something new every day. Our Facebook page is kind of now mirroring kcchiefs.com, and that's growing just exponentially by the day with fans. So coaches' press comments are now on Facebook, and it's incredible just the steps.
Well, I heard that you guys are going to equip the players somehow. I don't know how you're going to do this so they can tweet right from the field, ow, that one hurt, or whatever.
I don't know if Coach would like that so much. I think the fans would think that's awesome, and you never know. I mean, now guys are mic'd up during games, and we'll have some of that on our website and in our TV shows, which will, of course, now for the first time this year, our pregame TV show and the Hy-Vee Chiefs Insider, we'll put it in full on the website. So if you don't catch it on TV, you can catch it online. And, guys will be mic'd up during games. I've seen it where you guys have almost had helmet cams on before, and you can see what they see when they're going on. You're right. It's incredible just how close you can get to these guys now.
Okay, now you're the insider. You're the inside guy, right?
That's right.
You got the scoop on everything, right? The lowdown. You know what's happening. I got to know this. How many people are in training camp right now?
How many players?
Players, yeah.
80 players is the roster.
80 players.
And then you cut down to 75 sometime after the third preseason game, which is kind of strange that you cut down just 5 players. Because the rosters used to be expanded, and there was a cut down to 75, and there was a cut down after that, which is now 53. but they left the number at 75. So you go from 80 to 75, and then a week later you cut 18 more guys. You'd think they just leave it and have one cut of 18 plus 5, 23 guys, right?
All right, you got 80 guys. Some of them, quite frankly, look like genetic freaks. They're they're pretty big. I want to know how many eggs you got to be cooked in the morning. How much bacon? How many tons of food in a day do these guys go through?
I haven't talked to the cafeteria staff up here, but the smoothie machine is the big thing. I mean,
really?
There has to just be pounds and pounds of fruit going to that. The lines out the door for smoothies every single morning. That's what the guys love. You put orange juice, you put yogurt, you put all the fresh fruit in there, and they make them there, and they give them. They serve. I swear,
just broke the bubble, man.
Yeah, it looks like these. They put them in these 44-ounce styrofoam cups for these guys, and they just down some of them down 2 of these things. It's
we're imagining, 14 steaks.
Yeah, I can imagine if they took a rear quarter of beef and stuck it in the smoothie.
Yeah, it's a steak smoothie. Yeah. That's what Josh isn't telling us here. Anyway, Josh Looney, the Chiefs insider, is with us here on the National Defense. What about the conditioning of these guys? Now, you've been coming to training camps for a few years. Is the conditioning just that much better now? I mean, when they get here, I mean, disregarding Albert Hainsworth. I mean, but generally, I mean, for the most part, isn't it good?
Well, there was a few Albert Hainsworths in Chiefs camp last year, and
that's true.
It's been a big focus for the team this year is conditioning, because last year when Todd Haley got here, he was not happy with the way the team was in condition. This year, that wasn't the case. These guys have been working hard, and it's incredible to watch what these guys do for 2 practices in the heat. And then, it's just like the college players and just like the high school players, where then they're lining up and running gassers and sprints when it's 120 degrees. And, 2 300-pounders have been banging heads for 2 straight hours in practice, and it's time to line up and sprint. And they do it with a smile, and then there's the cheers when they come off the field. So, but, as far as individual conditioning on this team, I think that's been one of the things that Coach Haley, Scott Pioli, the conditioning staff, I think that's been one of the major changes from last year to this year, and hopefully it'll pay dividends on the field.
See, I say if they get some U.S. Army Reserve guys in here to conduct the training and conditioning drills. We went to this deal last week, the Best Warrior competition. I mean, even to get into this thing, there was a certain criteria that you had to follow there and accomplish.
The best of the best.
It was the best of the best. And I remember, we were teasing the guys a little bit about the push-ups. I said, how many push-ups do you have to do? And he goes, 70. And I said, that's it? I said, I think I could do 70 push-ups. He goes, in 2 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, you look at something like that, and then look at these guys out here, and, I mean, the conditioning. You get one of those reserve commanders over here. Wow. Could they make a difference or what?
Definitely. And, a lot of these guys would probably fail the requirements to do that. I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. I played college football, and I was actually looking online. I was like, I want to find a sit-up and push-up routine. I stumbled across a military website, and it was a training. It's like, this will help you get trained. I don't know what you guys call it, but the entry requirements that you need. And, this will help you get to that level. And, do 5 sets of this. And I got through 3, and I was like, no, I'll try for 4 tomorrow, and then maybe 5. And that was just kind of the basic for starting. So.
You had a pretty good college football career, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a good time. I started off at Missouri State and redshirted a year there, and then transferred to Washburn, Division II school, and kind of saw that program rise. We started 18 freshmen when I was there my first year, and went 3-8, and then by my senior year, we all kind of matured and won the first and only conference championship that school's had, and now I guess they've been in the playoffs a few more times since then. But we were the inaugural playoff berth at Washburn, and I look here at Missouri Western, which is a team in our conference, and when I was playing, and that was only 6 years ago, was my senior year, and this place was probably, if not the worst, the second worst facilities in the MIAA, and that's Division II. I mean, so it's pretty down there, and now you look at what they have here. Their indoor facility is better than what we have at Arrowhead as far as the full field. They have a full 120-yard field. At Arrowhead, it's 80-something yards. It's air conditioned. All the lockers that were just placed in at Arrowhead last year with the renovation of the new office building, they're replicated in that indoor facility. Same with the training tables. The training tables are identical to the training room's identical. Everything's replicated. It's really incredible what they've done here and what they've done to this school, and it's no longer a Division II campus, I don't think.
Well, and a lot of people may not know, but this is the Chiefs' first year in St. Joe. I mean, they've been training in Wisconsin now for how many years? They were away for 19 years, and so I mean, they used to train here in Missouri at William Jewell.
Yep.
For a while,
right.
And this is such a great thing for the fans because 12,000 on opening day to come and watch a practice.
Yeah, they've had. I mean, and even last Sunday when we're almost at the tail end, it was kind of the last day before school started, and there was over 3,500 people here to watch a practice in the heat of the day. And it's funny you mentioned William Jewell. I was just up in the VIP tent before I came on this show talking to Lynn Dawson, and he was comparing. What they did at training camp, what their facilities looked like. And he said, there were some goalposts up on 63rd Street over on Swope Park, and it would rain, and they'd have to go practice in the parking lots of Starlight Theater on the cement because it would be so muddy.
Kidding.
And here he's like, you've got indoor facilities, the fields are well groomed.
Yeah, but Lynn also wore a leather helmet.
I was going to say, that was the day before helmets, I thought. Yeah, actually, yeah. Tell us a little bit about the Chiefs' desire to support our military and our veterans. It's a good story, and we need to hear that.
Well, I think there's no question that there's a tie between military and their goals and a football team. And obviously it's on two much different levels. You have a game versus a situation of life and death. But I think that every stop I've been with the VFW, which is we went to Whiteman Air Force Base, we went up to Fort Leavenworth, and then out and saw the Big Red One out in Fort Riley. And, there's the mutual respect between the sergeants, the generals, everyone you meet there, and players from veterans to the rookies to the head coach, the GM. It's incredible just to kind of witness. It's like it's an instant bond, and it's just giving thanks for letting these guys do what they can do. I mean, the military personnel loves watching football, but
sure.
Would football really be here if it weren't for the military personnel? Probably not. I mean, it's incredible, and these guys. Even the guys that are just out of college and just trying to start their careers, they realize it, they respect it, and I think that was a key thing about the Chiefs partnering with the VFW. It's just it's an incredible thing. It's just about giving back respect and thanking the troops.
I hope that the players and team management that were able to attend those events appreciate and understand what that meant for them to be on those military bases. The reaction of the soldiers and their families, and I just hope they were able to embrace that and sense that.
And the cool thing about that too, Josh, is just the fact of the priority that the Chiefs are placing on that. That's cool to me. Yeah. That is just, they are making a strong point to the players to say, hey, our military is very important, and we're gonna make sure you know that while you're here, with this team in this training camp. And I think that's spectacular because we do this show every week, and if we didn't go out and tell the stories of some of these heroes, they'd never get told. And the same way with a lot of sports teams. So it's just so cool that you guys are doing that. I just want to thank you for that.
It's we want to thank you guys for allowing us to. Like I said, I was on every one of those trips, and it's so cool. Even just for me personally to even see everything that's going on with the relationships that are built, but also the toys. I mean,
right.
You really get to see B2
There's some good toys. Yeah,
the players. That was one of the funniest things. It was oh man, it was hot as can be at Fort Riley. It was on the blacktop, and they had a bunch of the gunners and the tanks and stuff on display. I guess they're having an event later that night, so the guys are out there climbing in and kind of getting the tutorials from the guys that would actually command these vehicles overseas. And the heat didn't bother him. It was cool. It was like just a bunch of kids running around, and
monkey bars.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It was really cool to see.
Well, Josh, thanks for being on with us, man. Thanks for what you guys are doing, and hey, let's hope for a good season for the Chiefs, huh?
Yeah, good season for the Chiefs.
Absolutely.
Good year for the military.
Absolutely.
And,
we'll all be back together.
That's right.
We'll be right back here with the National Defense.